Thank you for visiting the Physicians Data Trust web demonstration of Ascender software for HCC and risk adjustment. We hope that you find this new tool helpful in gathering the data you need for your senior patients. Let's begin. You'll want to open up your Internet Explorer 7.0 or higher, and it's important to know that Ascender does not operate on Mac systems. In your address bar, you will want to type in https://secure.ascendersoft.com/pdt/portal/default. This information will be sent to you when you receive your login. For login requests, you may contact Denny Vivas at 760-471-7309 at extension 125. We're going to be using a demo database today, so a few things will be a little different. The first thing we see is we have the option of going to the year. Most often you will be working in 2011. This is a database, so we're going to use 2010 today. You select your year, hit the select button, and it will update the system with the corresponding data. You can see in the right-hand corner, it says the year you're in HCC for 2010. It will also show the date that it was last compiled. First, we're going to go to HCC Lookup. We're going to look up diabetes without complications. Hit the search button, and the page is populated with multiple lines of information. You can see in the left-hand side it says diabetes. In the middle section it says HCC 19 with a weight of 0,162, and it's diabetes without complications. Below you'll see diabetes list for HCC 19. This lists all corresponding diagnosis codes that fall within the category of HCC 19. And just to note, when I refer to an HCC, this stands for Hierarchical Condition Category, and is a grouping of codes for the risk adjustment model. You can also go to diagnosis code by category. Right now I'm going to search on renal. And I see HCC 131, which is renal failure. I can see the weight of the score is 0.368. I'm going to click on the link. It will then bring up all codes that fall within HCC 131. This will help you best select the risk adjusting codes for your seniors. Next, we're going to go to patient search. You can search by patient by member ID, first name, last name, or date of birth. Helpful hint to know, you do not need to type in the full information for your patient first name and last name. I'm just going to type in M, hit search, and all patients with that corresponding name will populate the screen. I'm going to choose patient Molina. Select details, and the screen will be populated with all the information that you will need to know for your patient. It includes the address, next appointment date if that were loaded into Ascender, the plan, the phone number, the date of birth, and the scores. Please note that you're going to see two scores in Ascender. You're going to have your HCC score and your demographic score. The combination of these two scores equal your total RAF, so your total risk adjustment factor. You can see in 2008 the patient was diagnosed with COPD. In 2009 they were not diagnosed, so they have a suspect. This is a DC1, which means the code has dropped. You can click on the DC1. It's going to pop up a screen that will show you the last date of service that the patient had this diagnosis, And in our live data, it will actually show the provider. So if a provider other than yourself has seen the patient and you're trying to track down this information to get the updated information into your chart note, I recommend you use this screen and you can contact that provider for consultation notes. We're going to close this. Next, I'm going to go down to the patient suspect information. This patient is suspect for HCC 52, which is drug and alcohol dependence. Ascender will give you the most common diagnosis codes for this suspect. In this case, it's 304.00 and 304.10 for drug dependence. Algorithm is the algorithm used within the system. The algorithms are a combination of lab, pharmacy, and claims data. There are over 200 algorithms in the system, and these will generate for each of your patients when needed. So we can tell by looking at this, the patient is missing a diagnosis code or has a possible diagnosis code for HCC 52 due to the fact the patient has a prescription for opiates. If you feel this is an appropriate diagnosis code, you must document in your medical chart and submit the information either on your encounter data or your assessment form. If it is not a diagnosis code that you feel is accurate, on your assessment form you have a section to check no. We will remove this algorithm from your patient's screen. You may also print the information so that you have the most current information when the member's coming in. I recommend that office staff check the schedule for your senior patients, print this out, and you have it available to reference so you know what to discuss with your patient. The next section we're going to look at is reports. I'm going to jump into our live database. Give me a moment. Physicians Data Trust has had a custom report built for our assessment forms. We feel like this information thoroughly goes through each system of the patient and will accurately document everything you need to pass an audit. So I'm going to go to HCC again. And here it says 2011, and that's because this is our live database. I'm going to select reports. Click the plus sign and down to custom reports. When you select the report, you will see the name over on the right hand side. Here is the name of the report you are running. Select Run Report. And then you will see when you are logged in with your ID, it will be just your name or your partner's name if you choose to combine logins. I'm going to select one provider. Click the Next button. And next we will see the alphabet come up. This is the first letter of the last name. If there is a letter missing from this list, that means you do not have a patient with a last name that falls in that category. My next steps would be to select the letter or letters that I want and click Next. Now please be aware that due to the volume of information that is pulling from the system, I highly recommend that you do not select all if you have more than 20 patients. This will create hundreds of pages that need to pull from the system. Only select what you need for that day and run the information. I'm not going to run this today due to PHI, but when you get your login, we will have that information available to you and also at the training meetings. This is all we'll be doing today for today's session. Please check back often. You will see more information populate on your login on this side. We will have P4P. You'll have a dashboard that you can see your scores. And you'll be able to run other reports. Thank you for your time.